Hello, my loves. Do you have God in your heart or just in your head or just in your mouth? I believe that as I move from, not move from because I'm out of it. I mean, I was raised an atheist, then I turned agnostic because I was afraid to embrace God, and now I have wholeheartedly embraced God. Like, God is in my heart. I want to be near him. I want to allow him to guide me. And so I think what I'm learning as I read the Bible and talk to people about the Bible, that a lot of people haven't read it, which is fine. I'm not here to judge. That's God's job. And I feel like we all judge each other. And I'm really here to raise the vibration. That's what I want to do. I want to be a light for other people that are in the dark. I want to help people get out of the darkness that I certainly experienced most of my life. And I think that I experienced it because I didn't have God in my life. I believe I experienced it because I was surrounded by demons. Demons are real, just like angels are real. And if you don't believe that, then I think that's part of the problem, because we give people the benefit of the doubt, thinking that they are not redeemable, because I think a lot of people are redeemable. Most people are, but we don't realize that we're actually battling real demons. Like, people get demons inside of them, and then they're no longer making the right decisions. They are letting those demonic forces lead them. And so I think if you start to ask yourself honestly, are you dealing with a person or are you dealing with a demon? You might find that you're dealing with demons. They don't look like they do in the movies, that's for sure. So I'm asking people to really have clarity with themselves. Is, where does God live with you? Do you say that you believe in God, but then you live in fear? Because if you truly believe in God, then don't you know that he is going to do everything? Because if God is within you, you cannot fail. That's what the scripture says, and I believe that. And the more that I get closer to God, the more that things just continue to work out for me. The more that I see the demons when they're coming and I don't react. I had somebody try to get me into a fear-based place this week by giving me a threat. And normally I would have gotten very fearful, and I would have maybe not done my Facebook Live that I did because it happened right before that. Or maybe I would have used as an excuse to cry and call people and feel sorry for myself. Or maybe I would have used as an excuse to say awful things about that person. But instead I realized that they have a demon in them, and that demon leads them to do things that are not of God, that are not of good character. Like, there's no need to threaten me. I'm a good person out here doing good things. I don't need to be threatened. We can have logical conversations that work out for everybody. But instead of engaging, I didn't. I don't discuss with demons anymore. I don't spend time with them anymore. So I prayed, and I asked God to give me guidance, and God told me to just let it go. So I did. And I did my Facebook Live about kidney filtration and how to get healthy in this new year. So please tune into that if you haven't. I put a lot of parts of my book out on Facebook as well, Alkaline Your Life. So I am here to spread love and light. That's what we're all here for. Can you imagine if we all went into the world spreading love and light? If we all went into the world sharing and caring? If we all went into the world with God in our hearts? So if you say that you believe in God, if you believe that you believe in God, then I believe that you should have a warm and fuzzy feeling in your heart, knowing that God is going to guide you to all things. But you have to quiet your mind. You can't be running around so much that you don't even have time to sit and think, because that's when God talks to us, in the silence. Even if you shut off your radio while you're driving, or pray for 30 minutes before you go to bed, or when you wake up before the house gets going, just sit in silence for a few minutes and ask God to guide you, and be grateful. Like, just like we want to be great, we want our kids to be grateful. Like, nothing makes me happier than when my kids recognize the effort that I've put in, and when they're grateful for the things that I've given them. Like, it makes me so happy, because that's what I want, is for my kids to be happy, and I want them to see me. I want them to see that I truly do come from a place of love. Like, even though I'm flawed, even though I'm happy to apologize and ask for their forgiveness for mistakes I've made, like, I just want them to see that I'm doing the best I can and that I love them. And I think God is the same, is that he wants us to be grateful and thankful, and he wants us to demand the things that we want. He wants us to go out into the world feeling abundant. He wants us to go out in the world feeling love. He wants us to go out in the world feeling security, just like we want our own children to feel that. So if you're afraid of God, I think that perhaps you have some religious indoctrination. If you're an atheist and you don't believe in God, I think that it's interesting because most of the atheists get really upset with me when I talk about this, but I know when I did not have God in my life, I didn't have pure joy. It doesn't mean that I didn't have happiness. I see the two as very different. I don't care what the dictionary says. Joy to me is when you feel happiness no matter what is going on, that you feel bliss even in the storm, that you know that these storms are for your benefit and that you're going to get through them. Happiness is just a state of being, where joy is a place of living, in my opinion. So if you don't have God in your heart, like if you are not exuding his energy, then try to dig a little deeper, because the only way that we change this planet is by exuding better energy. Energy changes everything. So I like to go into places and change the energy. I'm not trying to lower my vibration to anything. And what I find is that the energy shifts to me. So low vibrating people leave my vicinity, or low vibrating situations change. People that plan to be mad find themselves being joyful. I get great service at restaurants. I get great food at restaurants. I get great parking. I have great customer service. Like, things work out for me. And as a result, I'm going out into the world and doing the same for people. Like, I'm not creating chaos for anybody. I'm not trying to make anybody fearful. I used to be so angry. Oh my God. I just wanted somebody to give me a reason to cuss them out. And people don't believe that about me, but trust me, it was true. I could curse anybody out at any moment. And I was like so unhappy. But now that I truly have God in my heart, like, I just am so grateful. I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to all this guidance, and I'm grateful for every single person in my life. And I just want us all to resonate higher, because that's how we create heaven on earth. We are energy beings. That's what we do. Don't get locked into the fear. That's what they want. You're easier to control when you're fearful, when you're in debt, when you're sick. So let's be healthy, wealthy, and wise this year. And let's bring God into our lives. No fear, just flow. Like, subscribe, comment if you will. I appreciate everybody's support. You are blessed. You are one of God's children, whether you like it or not.